All right, so we only got a minute, so let's jump right into it. And my theory for 2022 has been that the generation of home buyers right now do not have enough inventory to choose from. And that's not because there's not enough inventory on the market. It's because there's so many outdated old houses that do not feature technology, amenities, and spaces that would promote more of a work from home lifestyle. So I just wanted to showcase this article real quick that I saw, and we can go into it a little bit more here. Um, this has been a transformative time for the housing industry as the pandemic has caused people around the world to reevaluate both where they live and how they live. The United States has experienced the great move in which homes and businesses move to more affordable places, often to buy or rent with an additional space, a yard, and further from employment centers. People are driving further and they are living further away from where they work, and remote work was probably at an all-time high, probably still is. Zoom towns, even though prices are coming down in a ton of those Zoom towns, we're seeing it in Boise, Phoenix, Austin, Florida, places where people went to do remote work. Builders across the country could not keep up with the demand, supply chain interruptions, labor shortages, and permitting delays. A ton of regulation to get anything built these days. And you look at California for an example. And the COVID-19 pandemic did not help out at all as it shut down supply chains and gave all kinds of housing shortages. We saw an extreme shortage in 2021, and now we're trying to recover from the 2021 housing shortage, except we're going into another housing shortage, probably even worse than 2021, where we're seeing people just not wanting to sell their house because of the pain that the Federal Reserve has inflicted upon the housing market. Uh, as a result, home prices have escalated to historic rates, mostly due to the lack of inventory. The median new home price in the United States has increased 22% since the start of 2020, and existing home prices increased 58%. This is nuts. Home prices increasing 58% since 2020 is that is insane. I don't think I would ever say that in my lifetime, and yet here we are, coming out of pandemic, trying to control inflation, trying to vacuum up all the money in the economy, and not have people spend as much. But yet, home prices are so far out of reach for so many Americans. And that's the absolute truth. Let's go back into the article here a little bit more. Um, so every housing metric is indicating a softening, and builders are starting to recalibrate their business plans in the face of slowing demand. As the housing market resets, we should start to witness the true impact of the pandemic on home design, location preferences, amenities, and financial preferences. Now, I think this is a game changer because as we see the exacerbation of climate change, as it continues to just show us that where we live at one point in time might not be the place where we're going to live in 5 to 10 years. We're seeing a lot more insurance that's going to be required on the coast. We are starting to see more regulation in fire mitigated areas. So the impact that climate change definitely has changed the real estate market, but it's also forcing us to evolve. It's forcing us to evolve to make places more suitable for today's buyers. And today's buyers, meaning millennials and Gen Zers, people that are more accustomed to technology, that really want to do well for the environment. We're starting to see new tree lined places being developed, like more trees, more solar panels, more of those types of things as we really try to fight climate change. Whether or not you believe in climate change really doesn't matter. Um, it's just the way how everything's going, and everybody's trying to do good for the planet, which is really awesome. So let's just keep going a little bit further into the article here. By the way, this is from the Emerging Trends PwC, Emerging Trends 2023. Email me if you want a copy. I was lucky enough to receive this from somebody. So let's go a little bit more into the article here. And home offices and flex spaces are nothing new, but the desire for more functional spaces grew tremendously during pandemic related lockdowns. And we totally saw this. We saw more people wanting to have more space, different space. They saw the home differently during the pandemic lockdowns as they moved away from business centers. They moved away from big metropolis cities, more into the suburbs, more into less traveled areas. If you look at Boise, Idaho, they really got propped up during the COVID-19 um, housing, just massive run. We saw Phoenix get pumped up. We saw Austin get pumped up. We saw really the Sun Belt just explode as far as real estate goes and investment. And so, what this is saying is that now we're starting to see the trend go back toward new developments and people developing things that are more sustainable for the future, more for those generational buyers that really want to live in that type of place that is going to leave less of a carbon footprint and do better for the earth, which is awesome. Um, Spaces added include an extra bedroom, and additional flex offices to fit the extra functions. Architects are taking space from typically large areas like the kitchen or dining room and right sizing the home office, which does not need to take up a whole bedroom, and making additional flex spaces like a hallway or a loft that serve as an additional workspace. So we're really starting to see that transformation of the home and the space. And as I'm reading this, I can show you guys real quick here. Let's go back to it. So you could see, I mean, I've really gone through this and I've taken a lot of notes. And so far, really what the trends have been has been the transition from functional warehouse spaces to now making those zoned for commercial, but also getting variable permits so that you could live there. And we're starting to see a lot more creative use of office space. And that will be probably a pattern that will continue to happen in 2023. So that is all the information for this video. If you really like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be breaking down this report in a lot more detail, and I'm really excited about that. And I really hope that you can join me and watch some of those videos as well. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'm curious to hear what you think about this. And is this something that we should really focus on? Keep in mind, builder confidence is actually at a really low point right now. And a ton of builders left the industry in 2020 during the pandemic for more safer returns and a more safer job. So they left, and we're trying to fill those voids. And we also had supply chain shortages and labor shortages and disruptions from COVID-19. So we're really trying to get the builders back on the right track. And I think this could be an opportunity for land developers and builders to really start to come back into the picture and make something really great for people. After all, we need 331,000 single family homes a year to be able to house the amount of people that are renting right now, but will probably want to be eventual homeowners by the year 2035. It's a very tall task, but I think the builders, and I don't know. I'm optimistic, but we will see what happens. I will be able to bring it all to you right here on this channel. So make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'm going to be doing more of this type of video. So look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.